what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Runa, and today is Foundation Friday. I'm super excited to be here for Foundation Friday because I love Foundation Friday. I don't have any reason really though. So if you guys like seeing tons of videos like this that are foundation based every Friday, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. I also have videos on Mondays and Sundays, or Sunday Monday, and I also upload there, but Foundation Friday is always strictly on Friday. So as you guys know, I am super obsessed with foundation right now, and foundation needs to be very precise for me. You know, I'm super picky with foundation. I just did a 62 foundations later video, and I basically shared any foundations I've tried out in a while, and I've tried out 62 freaking foundations, which is a pat on the back for me. Like, I didn't even think I was going to be able to keep up with this series, but I did. I continue to explore foundations more and more, and I love it so much. So for today's Foundation Friday, we're going to go ahead and test out In Confidence by It Cosmetics foundation. I don't know if you guys know, but I do really like It Cosmetics. I find them to be a really good brand. They're a very good brand for anyone who's like in the older range and they want like an everyday makeup look. They have a really good range, and they have a really good range for like hyperpigmentation. My mom has hyperpigmentation, and I feel like as I get older, I'm starting to develop hyperpigmentation too. So I do feel like It Cosmetics, a lot of their products are really good for anybody who has hyperpigmentation. The only problem I have with It Cosmetics is they're not very like South Asian, Indian girl, brown girl, or like friendly. I feel like their tan color that they tend to use, or too orange, is $32, which is not bad. It's a fairly good price for a foundation. It also comes in with 41 colors, which is also a big thing for It Cosmetics, because I swear when I first got introduced to It Cosmetics, they had like 4 shades of foundation, and their most popular foundation, and they were still working it and still making it. And I'm glad that they're starting to go into the trends and they're starting to go into the inclusivity, which is amazing. So I really like this packaging. It's really sleek, and I actually think this might be my color. This is Tan Golden 305. It's a confidence in a foundation, which I love the name because you guys know I love to talk about confidence, and I love to talk about how confidence is definitely a daily exercise. You should work on your confidence almost every day. Confidence doesn't just like snap into you. It just really doesn't work like that. Confidence is more like you work on it every day, especially in a world where you're constantly reminded of your flaws. And it's supposed to be long wear, weightless, and full coverage all day confidence, which is really cool. And I like that it's a pump. You guys know I love pump foundations, so I'm totally here for it. So I'm going to just go ahead and use my kabuki brush. And you guys know I love using kabuki brush because I just feel like the concept is good. And then I'll go in with the beauty blender. So the first thing is, it says you need 1 to 2 pumps of foundation onto clean skin in circular motion. So I'm just going to take 1 pump and see what 1 pump looks like. There you go. Oh, and 1 pump gives you a lot of product. That's pretty good. And then I'm just going to apply it. The color is a bit too bright. It's a bit off. For a tan, I'm expecting a little bit more warmth. It's not as much warmth, but the blending is really nice, you guys. Ooh, it feels super comfortable. I literally feel like I have nothing on my face right now. It is really nice, and if you see that coverage, wow, just 1 pump, the coverage is really, really nice. Okay, so the pump is a little too thin for me, and I find myself getting it really messy for some odd reason. We're going to go in with layer number 2. It's a very yellow-based foundation, and it's nice. I do like yellow-based foundations. Those are my fave. I'd rather have yellow than orange. So we all know I have my Oompa Loompa moments where I just look like a Oompa Loompa. This might be a tad bit of a too light shade for me. This foundation has 48 options, and a girl was struggling to find her color because it gets really hard to match foundation colors. But I do love having the option, because now I can go back and be like, okay, you know what? This one was a little too dark on me, or a little too light on me. Let me get another shade up. So I definitely love that it has 48 color options. Oh my god, you guys, this feels so velvety smooth. It is looking a bit powdery, but I think that's the velvety part, right? Because velvety. It reminds me of like very powdery texture. I don't know how I feel about a velvet texture foundation, but I mean, it does look nice. It's not horrible. And it looks really smooth. This is like, whoa, it's really, really light. And this is a tan golden. You would think that tan golden should be darker. This is almost like very, very not tan. So this is a very full coverage foundation, you guys. In my opinion, it does look a bit masky. Okay, so right now my skin looks really, really ashy. The yellow tone that initially started, it started to like dry down to more of a grayish undertone. I'm just gonna use my iPhone so you guys could kind of, okay guys, so this is the first initial application, and I don't know, like this is, it's starting to look a bit cakey. So I'm going to go ahead and wear this foundation the rest of the day. Also, just to give you guys a little time step, it's 1:17 in the afternoon, and I didn't get time to do this earlier, but I think I can get like an 8-hour wear out of this. Okay, so I have the foundation on my face. It's 2:37, so it's been about an hour of the foundation being on my face. If you can notice, I right now am not a huge fan of how it's settling over here. If you see that right there, only in an hour, it's like kind of gunking up and it's almost fading away, like it's breaking apart right there. Only been an hour. Okay guys, so it is 4:38 p.m. and I've had the foundation on since 1, so it's been about like 3-4 hours. And this is what the foundation looks like at 3-4 hours. It's still fading over here. It's almost like broken apart in this area, which is like pretty complicated for me because I really hate when anything fades over here on my chin area. It just really, really bothers me. But other than that, like my forehead looks really good still. I mean, my skin still looks really flushed and beautiful. I just don't understand why this whole situation over here happened where it's just completely wiping off for me. I don't know if I really like this whole velvety coverage or velvety finish. It's kind of like not the velvet that I'm looking for, like in the Armani Power Fabric foundation that I tried on. That's actually my fave still. That one had more of a velvety finish, but it like looked very luminous and silky. And this one has like more of like a velvet rougher texture. But I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for the rest of the day still, and then I'll come back and check it. Okay guys, so it's officially 2 a.m. and I'm whispering because Naya is sleeping. But if you look at this foundation, it's super, super oily. Honestly, I wore it the whole day for many hours, and it just didn't perform the way I wanted it to. It's not a horrible foundation. I'll probably give it a 3 because the coverage was really good. Of all the gunkiness that happened, it's super gunky. It's really oily, like it's like really gunky oily. It just doesn't look as flawless as other foundations have looked on me. It didn't give me the flawless, you know, vibe. It didn't really market what it was saying. It said that it will last all day. It said that it was going to give me confidence in my foundation. I definitely didn't feel like that. I feel like their other foundation, Bye Bye Pores, or the really popular one with the 50 SPF in it, I think that one's like much more better. This one did not perform the way I wanted to. If you can tell, it just looked like a hot mess. Like it's completely just like faded away off my nose. It's just weird. It just didn't grasp onto my skin. I moisturized. I used a primer. I did everything. I think if you do use this, don't use a moisturizing primer. I think that's overkill. I always use a moisturizing primer, and that may have been the reason why this foundation didn't perform that well on me. But it's just not my fave still. It just wasn't my fave. So yeah, you guys, that is it for today's foundation review. I will see you guys on the next Foundation Friday. And I love you guys. Bye.